So you can't complain. Right? Don't mean to be Mr. Heavy, but the ancestors, I'll tell you 2 words for ancestors. You should learn these 2 words. Egu, eliku. Egu means ancestor, but the word egu means to sit up straight, to be upright. Those are the deceased who sat up straight, were righteous. In Africa, righteous means you follow wisdom. It's a very specific definition. Elekuru egu, ancestors call elekuru, means I beat you to death with a stick. It's a class of ancestral spirits. If you ever get the chance to watch some of those kind of National Geographic Africa things, you know, they sometimes show masquerade ceremonies, which are ancestor rites. Often you see the men in the fronds, long frond outfit, with a stick beating people in the village. Helping them. Because the ancestors are very strict beings. If you're doing any kind of negative witchcraft or harmful things or backstabbing, they call you out. And anyone who's seen a real ancestor ritual, in fact, I'll tell you, most people will avoid ancestors before they avoid the god of war, Ogun. You know why? Because ancestors will call you out. You were lying. You lied to someone. You stole something. They'll tell you from the whole village. Now you have shame on your face. So, if I was you, I would not play with my ancestors. Either do it or don't. You saw what's that Amistad? No word for should. All right, Africans. Okay, we're gearing up to start filming or recording. Huh?
It's rolling.
It's rolling. Am I plugged up?
Yeah.
Oh,
Room mic.
Oh, room mic. Oh, wonderful. Ashe. Yes, sir.
Elukuru is beat you with
I beat you to death with a stick. That's like an old great-grandpa who will hook you up for being naughty. They whoop you behind, beat the black off you, and they kulu. My phrase for them is, I beat the black off you, and I will be like white on rice. You heard that one. But they kulu. So, with that all said, and with reminding you of your spiritual truth, please don't agree to the word to do something and then break the word. You lose power. Got that? You lose power. Just don't say it. That's okay, just don't say it. Ashe? All right. Let me open to the egg. We shall not close the Elekuru down. You don't want to meet them. You don't want to meet them. In Haiti, there's a group called the Rada and the Petro ancestors. Have you heard those phrases? Rada are the gentler ancestors. Petro ancestors are the fire-breathing ancestors when they come. Usually the men start eating glass. They have a taste for glass, and they crunch it, and they'll get cut. These are the blacks who did not forget the enslavement, those who will not forget. And they're rough. You don't want to meet those fellas, those ladies. Okay? All right. So I'm going to call the gentle ancestors. So I ask you to rise in honor of your mama whooping your butt that you may be a good child. I say it. Because we got work to do, folks. A nation to build. I simply ask that you tune into your ancestors, to your great-grandparents, as far back as you can tune into. I'll be saying a phrase, Ibashe, which means we honor. I ask you to say Ashe at the end of each statement as a statement from you that you give that word power. You agree with what we say. Ibashe, Olodumare. Olodumare is supreme being. That's the word for God in Yoruba. Ibashe, Boborisha. We praise all the ancestors. Ibashe, Eshu, Eshu, Eshu. We praise the trickster who opens the door to the immortal. Ibashe, Oya, Oya, Oya. We praise the goddess of the wind who carries the spirit from earth to heaven. Ibashe, Bobo, Egum, Mbelese, Olodumare. We praise all the ancestors who sat at the feet of God while on earth. Ibashe, to the Egum, those priests and priestesses who preserve the rights of the Africans. We adore you. Thank you so deeply. Ashe. Ibashe, to the Africans buried in Mother Africa's soil, we continue to nourish the homeland. Ashe. Ibashe, to the Egum who were ripped from Mommy Africa. Ashe. Do not forget your story. Ibashe, to the Egum who were placed in the hulls of those evil ships of torture. Those who were pushed overboard, those who were drowned and murdered ruthlessly. May your bones rise from the bottom of Olokun, the god of the sea, and chatter with our story for the world to hear. Ibashe, to all the ancestors throughout the diaspora, we are all one family. Ibashe, to our beloved Native American ancestors, we give praise to you for preserving this land and for protecting and shielding us in our hour of need. May we lift you as you lifted us. Ibashe, to all those Africans who built this country, the so-called greatest world power. May we get our just desserts for our work. Ibashe, to the Egum of those in this room, I give praise to your ancestors, and I in fact beseech your Egum to teach you discipline, to teach you hard work, and the value of working as hard for the ancestors as you work for the white man. Ibashe, I give praise to your ancestors, Ashe. I ask they descend from the heavenly realms, Ikoli Orun, to shed upon your head their light, their love, and their discipline. May you obey the ancestral calling. May you teach your children the ancestral way. May you build a civilization based upon ancestral virtues. I ask the ancestors to teach what I cannot teach you, to show you what I cannot show you, and to reveal what I cannot reveal to you. May you have wealth, prosperity, luck, happiness, and inner peace. May we have family feeling, brotherhood and sisterhood, Ashe, and love amongst us. In the name of Olodumare, we pray for these blessings, Ashe. 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 Have a seat. Ben, yo. I'll go kebab. You like my book there? Okay, lots to do. Okay? Okay. I asked those who had not yet come in, who drank the sun and moon? One more. Thank you for keeping your word. We're going to enter a pivotal stage of our healing work. What's called the microcosmic orbit. Those who've gotten the book so far, this one, use mine, is well used. Okay? Been using it for many, many years. This is the book you want to get. I believe we may have copies in stock in the store. Get the book, that you may read what we're doing. Church of Honk, we teach a symbol, which I'll briefly talk on here. This was revealed to me in deep trance many years ago as the symbol of our spirit. It's a very profound symbol. It has many levels of understanding. But basically, this means subconscious. This means conscious. This is your superconscious. You are made of a trinity of forces. The truth is you're made of one force with 3 grades of vibration. A subconscious frequency, a conscious frequency, and a superconscious frequency. Call it animal, human, divine, child, adult, grandparent. It's the great trinity of all religions. Little thing here. That's your physical body. Okay? I say read the book, not just to say read the book. Let me tell you one little trick. In Africa, when a priest speaks, rarely is it as simple as they say. Africans are very layered in their language, in their speech. Okay? This is your conscious mind. Okay? Reading feeds the conscious mind. You have conscious understanding. As you see, conscious controls subconscious, because above controls below. Right? So a clear mind brings you clear emotions or subconscious energies. So get the book that you may feed all parts of your soul. What we're doing is summoning divine force through this channel from the divine spark into our physical bodies. That light, that feeling, that chi you feel, comes from your divine essence. So I'm stitching you. We're stitching ourselves back to source. Okay? You're right here and right now. Physical plane. We will work you to the emotional plane, the mental plane, and the spiritual plane. But you can't get there unless you handle this. Okay? So, what do we have? 6 healing sounds. Someone steps on your foot. You're in the subway, MARTA. Someone told me MARTA means moving Africans rapidly through Atlanta. MARTA, when I first moved here, I heard that joke. I said, okay. I don't know what they meant till I was riding on the subways more. Ouch! You see red. Now, how shall I say, the unenlightened would do what? Slap across the face, spit on you, what? Something overt, right? But that was before you knew spiritual culture. You're not barbarians, right? You're becoming civilized. Civilized means what? Civil or ordered. Now that you know the 6 healing sounds, what would you say instead? Then you say, excuse me, sir, I believe yourself. But there's no anger. And that's a master, right? Same event, different response. Same stimulus, different reaction. The difference between a master and a fool is very hard to see on the outside. Okay? Your child's home from school or from playing out late. It's midnight. And here you go. Oh, where is she? Oh God, what happened? Lord help me. Oh, geez. Huh? That's how the uninitiated will do it. How will you do it? Specifics, still specifics. What am I doing? Pacing because I'm worried. Breathe what? I'm African. From the old way up. I think I see the lips of one. Yes, louder for us. Ooh. Ooh. Maybe 2 or 3 rounds of ooh. And you gather yourself back to center. Okay. Let me tune into where my child is. I know a native elder who can sit down and see where her child is. She just goes into a trance. Oh, they're down the street. Oh. No problem. You're late for a lecture. You're the one leading the lecture. You're late. Time's a ticking. And you hate being late. Your foot the pedal just another inch. Ooh, so sweet. So we try to rush. Instead, what do? Impatience. Aha. Ahi. You're in the right frequency. Not hey. These are all words of power you're saying. Ha, he, hey, they're all sounds of God. Huh? Just the wrong one. When you're anger, is anger. Yes. When you're hot-headed, impatient, cool-hearted. See, we test you. Huh? Someone? Our 17-year-old brother. Huh? She leads the way. Your child picks up a knife. They're playing by the counter. It's a little child. The knife hanging over. And the child's grabbing the knife. Is how an uninitiated person would handle it. That'll probably scare the child to death. The knife falls and something worse happens. How do you handle it? As you're running, you're saying, why are you running? What emotion is happening? Fear. I heard it. No? What is the sound that destroys the spirit of fear? You're going, ooh. Huh? That fear will not choke you. Okay? The reason I'm doing this is to show you how to operate now. How to use the things we're learning to benefit you and your family. Try it. It's impossible to stay angry after saying shit. It's impossible. You can't do it. You can't be frightened for long going 3 times. The spirit is retired, as we say in Africa. You retire that spirit. Okay? All right. We learned 6 healing sounds, the inner smile. Who had a cramp this week? An ache? Very good. Yep. What'd you do with it?
I bared the pain.
You sat with the pain, let it be there? What can you do with it next time? By? You want to have specific techniques. Chanting. Where was the pain, first of all? In the arm, muscle? In the cramp?